Okay, long division. You say in here that you thought if you can't divide into something, like if this number will not go into the dividend, then you put a zero up top and then bring down another place, and that is actually right. So I'm actually not sure where the trouble is, but let's run through this and see what happens. Okay, so 169 into 7 won't go, into 78 won't go. 169 will go into 782. I think it's going to be 4 times. 169 times 4. Of course, you do this on a calculator if you can, but I want to do this so that you can just be reminded what I'm doing. Carry 2. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2 is 6. Yeah, 676. And I know one more time won't go, but I'll try it just for grins. If we try to get it in 5 times, we get 45. 5 times 6 is 30 plus 4 is 34. Whoops. 34 is. Okay. 4 goes down, 3 goes up. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. So yeah, as predicted, that's way too big. So 169 goes into 782 4 times. 4 times 169 is 676. Subtract. That's going to be 106. Now you bring down a digit and then you try again. I wonder if this is where the trouble is. You have to bring down one more place, and then you say, how many times will 169 go into this new number? Um, yeah, if you got an extra zero, I think that might be why. After you subtract, it's drop one more place and then go back to the beginning. So, tell you what, let me summarize the steps. We'll get them in a list here, and then we will follow them rigidly like a computer program and see if they work. So it's 169 goes into dividend how many times? Write that number up top. Multiply new top number by 169. Write answer underneath. Subtract. Drop one more digit. And go to 10 if you get the reference. Go back to the start. So I'll tuck these off here. All right, I'm going to reboot the question slightly now that we have these steps, and we'll just make sure we're following those faithfully, and it should work. That's nice. Okay, so a new start. 169 doesn't go into 7. Technically, you could write a 0 because of that, and then try again. 169 doesn't go into 78. That's another 0. 169 goes into 782 4 times. So goes how many times? 4. Write that number up top. Multiply the new top number by 169. 4 times 169 is 676. Subtract. Write the answer underneath. We did. Subtract. 106. Drop down one more digit. Down comes the 4. Back to start. 169 goes into the dividend. 1064. How many times? It'll go. Can we get 6? I think it's going to be close. I think we can get 6. 169 times 6. 9 times 6 is 54. 6 times 6 is 36, plus 5 is 41. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 4 is 10. Yeah, it just barely goes 6 times. 6 times, write that number up top. Multiply by 169. 6 times 169, I just did it, is 1014. Write that answer underneath. Subtract. 50. Drop one more digit. Down comes the 7. Back to start. 169 goes into 507 3 times? I think it's 3. 169 times 3, 27. 18 plus 2 is 20. 3. Awesome. It goes exactly 3 times. 3 goes up here. 3 times 169 is 507. So I multiplied, write the answer underneath, just did subtract 0. Drop one more digit. There are no more digits, and that means we're done. If there were a number here, it would be our remainder, but since there is no remainder, we stop at just 463. So I think the trouble was you were getting this 106, and then before dropping down the next decimal or the next digit, you were saying 169 into 106 doesn't go, and you were producing a 0 that you shouldn't have. You should always get a 0 if you try this before you drop down the next digit, because you've already put in as many 169s, or rather, you've already taken out as many 169s as you could before you, at this point. So if you could take out another 169, that would mean you were slacking in the previous step. Did that help at all? I hope.